name is Jeannie Harrison. I am a yoga teacher and prevention educator out of Huntington, West Virginia. I'm the founder of Yoga for Emotional Intelligence, which is a social and emotional learning program taught in schools and recovery centers and community centers across the country and in a few other countries, which is still weird to say. And the founder of the Grow Nature-Based Fellowships program, which is a recovery fellowship that connects people to nature. So I know that the world is kind of crazy right now. As I'm filming this, we are in the middle of the coronavirus pandemic, where everyone is staying in their homes and is probably going a little stir crazy. I know that we will come out of this on the other side, but I think that when we are not used to these changes that occur in our lives, it can be hard to kind of keep that perspective. And I know that some of us are probably looking for perspective right now. So I wanted to do a very introductory video about meditation and what it is, so that you can either start your meditation journey, or if you've ever felt like meditation may not be for you, maybe we can talk you out of that. Maybe we can illuminate sort of the roadblocks that people can run into and ways to get around them. So let's get started. So first things first, what is meditation? The way I define meditation is it's a process of quieting the mind to achieve calm, or to increase focus, or to find connection either to yourself or to your higher power. Now, the types of meditation that I teach come from a number of different lineages, and truly, I think that the key to developing a meditation practice is finding what works for you. So I teach 4 main types of meditations. We first start with visualization. I think that visualization, or the process of developing images in your mind, can be very easy for people who are just starting out. They're also great for children. So, children already have that imagination and that sort of daydreamy aspect. So when we can tap into that and use that as a tool for calm, then it can be really powerful. It's also important to learn to self-soothe, and especially for children that I work with, you can find that self-soothing tool and access that if it's something that's fun. So we'll remember to do it if we find it enjoyable, right? So with children especially, they will go into one of their visualizations because we'll have them, build a garden in their mind, or go to their favorite place. Maybe think of a place that they've never been before that they really want to go to, and they visit that in their mind. So when we're living our life and out there sort of reacting to things, the way I kind of think of, the way at least I live my life is, I'm kind of just out reacting to my life as it happens. And there are moments when we can get overly emotional or get anxious, and we need those tools to access to hit that reset button. So if you find it enjoyable, you're more likely to remember to do it. So that's why we start with visualizations, because it's pretty accessible and it's just fun. It's a fun way to get to know your mind and to start to build that practice. The second type of meditation that I typically teach is mindfulness. Now, mindfulness is, it largely comes from a Buddhist background, and most of the other meditations we talk about are from the different Buddhist lineages. But mindfulness is the practice of present moment awareness in a manner that's non-judgmental. Okay, so if I'm sitting in an anxious position, and my mind is going a million miles an hour, and I'm going, okay, well, right now I feel anxious and my head is all foggy and I don't like this, then I'm in the present moment and I know what I'm feeling, but I'm reacting to it. I'm judging it. If we can begin to step away from those thoughts and to take a broader perspective, then we're starting to build that non-judgmental awareness. And we can start to say, oh, okay, so anxiety is here. But it doesn't mean that we have to react to it. So as we develop mindfulness, truthfully, I think that mindfulness is a fantastic tool in all aspects of life. A lot of Buddhist teachers will talk about, mindfully washing the dishes, these little practices that help us to build that habit of mindfulness. And personally, for years, the only meditation practice that I had was taking mindful showers. I tried to go through my shower and remember everything I had done. Because very often we will leave for work in the morning and we won't even remember if we turned off the straightener because we don't remember that moment of turning off the straightener, right? So I tried to just build that morning routine that was mindful, and that's the way I built that habit. But I think that being mindful can help us in parenting, in leadership, at our jobs. It can help us in so many aspects of life. So it's really a great tool to have for just living life on earth. The third type of meditation that I teach is called metta, which is loving kindness meditation. It follows a specific formula that helps us to just generate not only a mindful approach to other people, but a loving and compassionate approach to others and to ourselves. And then the fourth type of meditation that I teach is called tonglen, which means give and receive. Now, tonglen meditation also follows a specific formula in which we will imagine pain or suffering as a visual around another person, and we will take that into our heart. And what I tell my kids is that we have a washing machine in our heart, and it's full of love and compassion and courage and strength. And we take in their pain and we wash it in our washing machine, and then we send it back. And we send it back as love and courage and compassion. And we generate this cycle of giving and receiving. Now, what you'll learn in other forms of tonglen is that you can even do this with yourself. And it's a loving kindness practice, but it can be very powerful for just generating understanding and for cultivating that sense of togetherness. Now, of course, these are just a few types of meditation. I'm sure there are probably thousands of different ways to meditate. And what I'm going to demonstrate in a couple minutes is that there's really not a wrong way to do it. So I definitely encourage you to find something that works for you. Those are just four that I tend to teach in my programs. So the next thing I want to chat about is why I personally find meditation to be so powerful. I have actually been meditating about half my life, which is weird to me to think about that. But I began meditating when I was 16 years old. In my later teen years, I was battling with some depression and anxiety and severe PTSD. And yoga and meditation, which I see as very much connected as a practice, definitely helped me to heal in that time period and became something that I could fall back on as a coping skill throughout my life. It didn't cure anything. It made my life easier to live, and it made me a better person. I firmly believe that the work that I've done on myself and in my own mind has made me a better human. So this is why I'm very passionate about sharing it with others. And the reason that our yoga program is called Yoga for Emotional Intelligence, because emotional intelligence is a very powerful tool for drug prevention, for suicide prevention, violence prevention. But more than anything, I created this program because these practices helped me to develop my own emotional intelligence. So, next we're going to go through a few tips about how to start your meditation practice. Okay, number one, right out the gate, we're going to get this out of the way. Very often, people will tell me, I'm not very good at meditating, my brain is too noisy, I didn't much care for it. The first thing I want to say is, just like your lungs will breathe without you thinking about it, your heart beats without you thinking about it, your brain thinks. That is its natural function. That's what it does. That's what it's good at, and that's what it does. So understand that meditation isn't about completely quieting the mind. What you're doing is you're changing your relationship with your thoughts. So instead of going, oh mind, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, be quiet, right? You're just noticing your thoughts as they come and go. Because as you notice that, your thoughts will just kind of cycle through, they'll they'll just come and go, truly, then you can start to just watch them. And when you just remove yourself from that, you realize that you're not your thoughts. I know growing up, I thought every bad thought I had, I was a bad person because I was having a bad thought. But that's just not true. Your brain thinks. Anybody who has tried to go to sleep at night and had a little trouble and just watched that barrage of weird thoughts that come into your brain or songs that get stuck in your head, you know that that's not who you are as a person. But in our everyday life, we get so attached to those thoughts and we react to those thoughts in a way that can be harmful to our lives at times. We don't learn to just watch them and let them go. And once again, back to mindfulness, when we generate that mindfulness as a habit, then we start to notice without judging. We don't get attached. We just go, okay, that was a pretty weird thought, and just let it go. So if you think you're not good at meditating, I want to give you a couple of pointers that might make it easier for you. And the thing is, this is all an experiment, right? The practice of meditation has been around for a really long time, and people today are still coming up with new ways to do it. So I want to encourage you to find something that works for you, okay? Now, something that's important is to remember when you're having thoughts, or when you're having especially those perpetual thoughts that can get kind of sticky, to be kind to them, okay? So when you're in a state of meditation, maybe you're using a guided meditation or just trying to take a couple of deep breaths and your brain is just kind of going. Or if you're trying to concentrate on something, like if you're trying to count your breath and your mind keeps wandering, just bring it back kindly. So instead of going, no, brain, go back, right? Focus. Then you can just say okay, so I drifted off, now I'm going to come back. It's a very simple little switch, right? Your brain is not your enemy. We just start to guide it back to where we want it, kindly. Now, the second or third, I think I've lost count at this point, but the second or third thing that I want to tell you is that it really helps before meditating to move your body. If you're someone like me who has a little bit of trouble with anxiety especially, this can be super helpful. Understand that yoga was formulated to be a precursor to meditation. So when you think of like Instagram yogis, right? It seems to be all about, looking good in a pose or collecting poses and being good at certain poses. And that's fine, that's perfectly valid. But the point of yoga is to prepare the body to meditate. Because if you are sitting in meditation and you're thinking about how much your low back or your hips hurt, then you're not going to be focused on the task at hand. You're going to be focused on pain in the body. What I find in terms of movement is that it doesn't have to be yoga. I will get a really great meditation session after some dancing, or especially like a Zumba class. I love like fast, rhythmic, especially movement that really gets my blood pumping to help me to kind of get grounded in my body, to start to feel my body again, but also to just kind of work out all the energy that gets stuck. So find a way of moving that you really enjoy and really let yourself have it. And even if it's just, shaking your hands, right? Or, shaking your head and kind of shaking it all out. That's okay. That's great. That will sort of just get the energy out so that it's not giving you other problems. It's not manifesting like pain or discomfort or antsiness. It's just gone. You just move it out. And what you'll find, with emotions is that they can tend to get stuck in the body. Emotions are energy. So we learn to just move them out, to process them and let them go. All right, so here's the next tip. If you have a noisy brain, try guided meditation. Guided meditation is still something that I use, and I've been meditating for a long time now. Especially on days when I just can't quite get settled in my own brain. I just need somebody to guide me through. So definitely try that. There are so many great apps and YouTube channels, even podcast stations that are just wonderful. So find something that works for you. You can even do guided meditations for specific goals. So, you can really find anything. There is just a rich library of guided meditations out there to try. Let's see. The next tip is to start with very short meditations, and you can just start with your breath, okay? Starting with your breath, just counting. Inhale, 1, exhale, 2, inhale, 3, exhale, 4. That will get you centered in your body, and it'll bring you into the present moment. Some games that I like to play with myself when I, haven't meditated in a while or need to get back into my practice is I'll see how far I can count without losing count. And naturally, the brain will wander like it does, and I just bring it back and I start over again. And it's sort of this way of gamifying your meditation experience so that it's something fun and it gives you a goal to reach. So you can try it. You can just count. Inhale 1, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 4. And then when you've mastered that, you can inhale 1, exhale, inhale 2, exhale, inhale 3, exhale. And then when you want to go a little deeper, just notice your in-breath. Maybe feel it somewhere in your body, like your nose or your throat or your chest. And exhale. And watch the breath come and go without trying to control it. And that's just a very simple way. You can do that in 3 minutes, just to hit that reset button. What's next? something that we're going to start with is a progressive muscle relaxation. So this is a very grounding practice, and it will help you, it's something you can do anytime. So if you're having trouble sleeping, you can try progressive muscle relaxation, just to, get the muscles to relax. And when the body starts to relax, the mind will start to relax. So this is our final tip, and I'm going to just walk you through a very quick progressive muscle relaxation. So I'm going to stand up, and I'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to do our progressive muscle relaxation. So I want to invite you to just find a comfortable position. It doesn't matter if you are seated or laying down, standing up, walking around, whatever you want to do. I want to invite you to just feel your body for a couple of moments here. Just notice how you feel. If you would like, you can close your eyes, but you don't have to. Certainly if it's not safe, don't do that. But if you feel good about it, you may close your eyes. Notice if there's any tension or pain in the body anywhere, and just send it a little love. And we're going to start at the feet. So I want you to just wiggle your toes, maybe roll the ankles. And with progressive muscle relaxation, we will tense the muscles as we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we'll let them go. We do that twice through each region of the body. So we're going to start with our feet. As you take a breath in, I want you to clench your foot in a way that's comfortable for you. Sometimes if I clench my feet like this, I tend to get cramps in my feet. So if you want to stretch them out and tense the muscles that way, that's okay. I'm going to take a breath in, tense, squeeze it hard, and then exhale and let it go. Good. And we'll do that one more time. Inhale and squeeze the feet. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, let it go. Good. And then let's go up to the calves and the thighs. Inhale and squeeze the legs. Squeeze all the way up. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. And exhale, let them go. And one more time. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale, let them go. Good. And you're going to squeeze your glutes, so your butt muscles. We're going to inhale and squeeze. And exhale, let it go. And one more time. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale, let it go. Good. And then you're going to take your shoulders up towards your ears, and you're going to clench your arms like you're making a fist all the way down to your hands. So we're going to squeeze the shoulders up, squeeze the arms, show off your muscles. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale, let them go. And one more time. Inhale, squeeze as hard as you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, let them go. Just let the arms be heavy. Flop them down. Good. And then into the face. So we're going to clench our mouths and our cheeks. Make a poker face. Squeeze the eyes, squeeze the forehead. Inhale. And exhale, let it go. And one more time. Inhale, squeeze. And exhale, let it go. Good. And then we're going to take the cheeks and we're going to puff them out. And pop it. Now just notice your body. Notice how your body feels. And if you would like to do a little bit more, you can start to count your breath now. just like I showed you before. Inhale 1, exhale 2, inhale 3, exhale 4, and keep it going. I hope that you found this to be helpful, and please stay in touch, subscribe, let me know in the comments what you would like to see in terms of guided meditations or any questions you may have. Thank you. Namaste.